5 things to know before you start an e-commerce business. Now, what if there were only 5 things, not 50 things, not 500 things that would really help you get started? In this video, I'm going to share those things with you. And I also want to share with you a story, because my main product that I have right now is survival food, but I started with cell phone cases, and I want to tell you how cell phone cases turned into survival food. So let's go ahead and get started right now. Hey, I'm JR Fisher. Thank you for joining me on my channel. If you're new here, I've sold millions of dollars of both digital and physical products, and on this channel I share with you the tips, tricks, and techniques that I use to get results. Now this is your channel, okay? This is your channel. I do this for you so that you can learn how to sell products online. So if you have any questions whatsoever, make sure you put them in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. Or if you've had some successes, put that in the comment section below too. You'll help out a lot of people. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a big subscribe button there, and don't forget all notifications. Turn on that little bell once that pops up, and turn on all notifications. That way you'll know when I do a live video or when a new video goes up. You have to go hunting for it. You're part of the VIP Fisher family who knows before anybody else. All right, let's get started. Here's the number one thing I hear from people when they start a business online: I want more sales. No kidding, you want more sales. Everybody wants more sales. The question is, how do we get them? Now, the biggest and most obvious way is if you have a website, to convert those visitors from your website into actual customers. Because if you've already got some traffic going there and you can convert those into customers, you start to build your base. Now, to actually make that happen, you have to do certain steps, and what I want to do is I want to list out those steps to test your online store to make sure you're doing these things. So let's take a look at them. First one, you've got to pick the right platform. The right platform, I think, is Kartra. It's not the one I started with because it didn't exist when I started, but it does so much. It makes pages, it makes sales pages, you can have courses in there, you can have thank you pages, it's an email service, it's video hosting, it's everything. And below in the description I've put a link to Kartra. It's a free video you can watch. You don't have to opt in, you don't have to give a credit card or anything. Watch the video. If you like what you see, which I think you will, you can actually get Kartra for a trial of only $1. So you're going to want to check that out. You've got to start with a good platform, so you have to have something to use. Next thing I'll tell you, and here's an example right here on the screen right now, you've got to use better quality images. Don't just use the stock images that everybody else does, because you won't differentiate yourself from everybody else. Now some of you may be taking your own pictures, and that's okay. There's some pretty good cameras nowadays, but if you can get a professional to take the pictures, all the better. That's what we do with our food products. I'm not as good as a professional taking pictures of food, so on our survival food site we've had a professional photographer actually take those pictures for us. Now the Czech e-commerce retailer Mall.cz improved their sales 9.46% by adding larger pictures and more product descriptions. Wouldn't you like to have a 9%, almost 10% increase in your sales just by changing pictures and descriptions? Next thing is you want to inspire trust on your website. So how do you do that? Unless you're a well-established brand like Louis Vuitton or something like that, you have to do other things to establish this trust. The first thing you can do is use trust badges. I'll put a few examples on the screen there, but here's some trust badges right here, and these are all online. Put those badges on your site if they apply. The next thing you can do is use the press. I've had some articles written about our company, but I will tell you, you can get articles written about you if you send out a press release to a lot of newspapers or radio stations, whatever. You just got to put in the effort. They need stories every single day, and if you've got an interesting, compelling story, they'll write an article and you can actually use that on your site. The next thing you can do is use reviews and testimonials. Now here's a little example I put across the screen here. We actually have some videos of people tasting our foods and talking about our foods, but this is good too. These are little testimonials of people that have actually used their product. The next one is a big one, big one. Have a phone number. Have a phone number. If people look at a website and they don't see a phone number to call, they immediately have a problem. And I know I do, because if I can't get in touch with somebody at that particular company, what am I going to do if I don't like the product, or I need to do a refund, or if there's an issue? Make sure you put a phone number. It's so very important. you can actually get a Google Voice phone number, and you'll also have voicemail with it, and it can actually let you know as soon as you have a call. You can forward it to your regular cell phone right now. So that's a simple thing to do, and it's an easy fix. Next thing I'll tell you is have a physical address. Don't put a PO box on a website. PO box just screams that you're not a real business. Now maybe this will change with the pandemic and more people working from home, but right now we want to see a physical address. Even if you use something like the UPS store, that way it is actually a physical address. Next thing is answer all related questions on your website. If people have questions about your product, answer them no matter what it is. I had somebody send me an email the other day, and they said that they felt like we ought to sell canned lentils and some other kind of dried beans, and I'm not going to do that. It's not something we sell. It's not what we do, but I'll answer that person and say, hey, thanks for the suggestion, and we'll build some goodwill there. Next thing you can add, and this comes with Kartra, if you get Kartra, which you should, is you can have a live chat support or a help desk. And this is a free thing that comes with Kartra. A little box will pop up on the side. They can type in their question. You can actually have somebody man that live, or you can say we'll answer you within 24 hours, and Kartra will actually email that to you, and you can answer that person in the actual software at Kartra. Here's an example of it right here, and I swear this woman I have seen on so many websites. She must be really busy, but there's a little picture of a lady there on the phone where she's going to talk to you. So this particular one has a phone number in it, but Kartra, you can actually put a phone number, or you can actually put a live chat where you can chat back and forth and type it in a box. Here's something crazy. I don't really want to get on the phone, but according to Personalized Interactions, 75% of customers prefer a business to call them back rather than email them. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have thought that. I just want to get a quick email, but a lot of people actually want to talk to a physical person, so you have to offer that to them. Now, does that mean all of them want to be called? No, of course not. Does that mean you can call all of them? No, of course not. But if you have that available to them and they choose to use that, that's going to build more loyalty and trust with your company. Now here's the cool thing also, if you have that live chat box on the side, they feel like they can actually get a question answered real quick, and they enjoy that, and they enjoy getting that information back. Intuit did that on their site, and they increased their sales just by putting a chat box there, somebody who can answer the basic questions right off the bat, and that way the customer says, hey, it's a real company, it's a real person, I can actually talk to them, I like this. Because that personal communication has gone away so much with so many businesses, and they can't get a hold of anybody, and they're put on hold forever. So having that available kind of sets you apart from everybody else. And like I said, getting Kartra, that comes with it. Why not get Kartra and get those freebies they give you to help you build your business? So I told you in the beginning I had a story, and the story is that I sell survival food. Okay, that is our main product, survival food. I have courses and I do coaching and some other things, but survival food is it. But I didn't start with survival food. I started with cell phone cases, which at the time seemed like a great idea to me because everybody had a cell phone and they were selling like crazy on eBay back in 2009. And I thought that's what I can do, and I started selling cell phone cases. I did horribly at this. And back then they didn't have drop shipping, and you had to buy a large quantity, so I'd have to buy like 100 of one kind of case, right? And I would have that case available for sale, and I have to buy 100 of another one and 100 of another one. I mean, I guess you could buy 50 at the time, but the problem was the profit margins were so low that you pretty much had to get to 100 to where you could make any money or compete at all. And I did horribly at it. So how did I get from horribly not doing well with cell phone cases to selling survival food? That's exactly how I got there. I just gave you the whole answer to the thing. I just did something. Okay, and that's what I'm going to tell you. You got to just do something. I learned from the cell phone case. I didn't make any money, but I did learn how to sell something on eBay. Then I started selling other types of items on eBay, and then I stumbled into a company that was selling survival food, and I sold theirs for a while, but then there was a fall down in their communications and they couldn't deliver, so I had to come up with my own brand. So I ended up with Survival Cave Food, which is a big brand now. But the point is, I started with something. Too many people who want to start an e-commerce company, who want to sell stuff online, say, well, I've got to know all the answers right now. I got to get together all this information. I have to have the right idea. I have to have the right product. I have to know how to market. I have to know everything. And that's just not the case. The point is that as you start to market, as you start to do things, as long as you keep your eyes open, you will learn new things. Those things you can apply, you can add to your knowledge base, and you can make more money. And I think it's like probably close to every single day I learned something I didn't know before. I've been doing this since 2009, and last night I was looking at my YouTube channel and I found a new little button that's on there by TubeBuddy, which I highly recommend you get TubeBuddy. There'll be a link below that too. If you're doing any videos on YouTube, you need TubeBuddy. But anyhow, there's a little button there and I could click on it and I could see my SEO score on that particular video. Not only that, but it told me which items I need to fix on that video. I don't know if that button was there before, but I know I just noticed it last night, and I'm going to start fixing all my videos. I have a social media person, he's working on it today. So that's one of those little tiny things that I just stumbled on. But what's going to happen is as you start your business, you'll stumble on more and more and more of these things. You know, my first video I did on YouTube was horrible. Don't go back and look at that video. Please don't go look at that video. It's on this channel. But the point is, when I started out, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know lighting. I didn't know how to communicate with the camera. I didn't know how long to do a video. I made it too salesy and overproduced. And now I just talk. I mean, basically I just talk. This isn't scripted. I have some bullet points I go through right here, but what I'm doing is just sharing with you things that worked. And I found that more people can relate to that than me doing something overproduced. So I would tell you the big secret from going from cell phone cases to survival food and being fairly successful at that is a lot of failures. Number one, you're going to have to go through those failures, but you got to keep learning every day. Look around every day, take part of every day to check out one of your competitors to see what they're doing. I do that a lot, whether it's a video, whether it's a product. I look at the people around me. I'm like, gee, this guy here's got an exercise channel. It has nothing to do with me, but he's got a lot of subscribers. What's he saying in his videos? What's he doing in his videos? And I'll pick up things from people who are totally unrelated to my niche. So don't think that you got to copy everybody that's in your circle, because what will happen then is you're going to seem like everybody in your circle. Go outside your circle. Look at people who are successful at, you know, selling cosmetics or jewelry or, you know, whatever, pools, lawn care. See what they're doing. Look at the successful people and you'll find some common threads. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget bell notifications. Turn on all notifications. Become part of the Fisher family, the VIP group that gets notified as soon as I do one of these videos or if I go live. And don't forget, this is your channel, so comment below. Let me know what you liked about this video, what you didn't like, what you'd like to learn, your successes, so you can help other people out. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.